We try to do our best. We try to improve Russian-American relations, but at this stage I cannot say that we succeeded. It's a lot of problems we faced. You know that last year 60 diplomats were expelled, and when we are talking about 60 diplomats, it means more than 200 persons. It means diplomats and their families who had to leave Washington for Moscow. And of course, using this opportunity, I would like to send them best regards. We need them. Till now, there is a lack of staff in embassy. I can't fill all vacancies that I have in Russian embassy. Huge problem for the United States and for Russian Federation to fight against terrorism in Syria. It's not just only a problem for the United States, but it's a problem for the Russian Federation. As you know that we are fighting on separate fronts against terrorism. But of course we try to help Syrian authorities, Syrian armed forces to be equipped with the weapons that could permit them to defend their motherland. But today I know that there is a draft law that could envisage to punish Russian Federation for such activities. But our purpose in Syria to tackle the problems of terrorism, to fight with Iran, with other countries, to solve this issue. It was made clear many times by my president. For example, Nord Stream 2. I don't understand why Russian firms, why Germany or other Western countries have to be punished for this economic project. It's not position of the Russian Federation, but it is position of other Western European countries who consider that this project is very useful. There is nothing policy inside of this project, and United States are trying now to elaborate some laws that could create problems for Russia, for Germany, for other countries who are involved in these activities. All these sanctions are creating additional problems for us to promote, to facilitate Russian-American relations. I'm sure when we are together, when we are on the same boat, we can solve many, many outstanding problems. We save some directions of our cooperation, some spheres of our cooperation, such as cooperation Arctic, border guard cooperation, cultural ties, sister cities cooperation. It's very important, and it could be considered as a potential base for a future cooperation. Of course, we shouldn't forget about the cooperation in space. To my regret, there is no opportunity for Mr. Rogozin to come to Washington or to Houston, where it will be very important to continue dialogue between his counterparts to deal with this issue. But I hope that there will be other opportunities for us to facilitate our relations, to facilitate our cooperation. Last year there was a very important summit between Mr. Putin and Mr. Trump. I know that assessment of this summit is different in our capitals. I'm sure that such dialogue, such conversations are very important. They are at the benefit of the United States and Russian Federation. It's a good opportunity for our leaders to discuss all outstanding issues, to try to find solutions. I also would like to emphasize that we save a dialogue at the level of Chief of Staff of Russian Army and Chief of American General Dunford. They had a lot of conversations, and I hope that they will continue discussing very important issues such as Syria. But at the same time, I am sure that they have more problems to discuss, and it would be better not to limit their conversation just only a situation in Syria. Just only 2 weeks ago, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Margulov, came to Washington to discuss with his counterpart a problem of Korean Peninsula. We highly appreciated all efforts made by United States in this regard, and we are ready to cooperate together to find a solution how to, from one side, to dismantle missile and nuclear program of the North Korean, at the same time to ease tension and to ease sanctions which were introduced by Security Council and by United States against government of North Korea. There is a great opportunity for us to cooperate in Afghanistan. We have our experience. We know how much United States did to solve terrorist issue in that region, and we are ready to cooperate together. We are looking very attentively at the situation in this country because such countries like Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan are very close to that region, and we see some Al-Qaeda troops appeared on the border between our alliance and Afghanistan. And of course, we are very much concerned what is going on. So I just would like to confirm our readiness to cooperate, or at least to start a dialogue, trying to find solution on these issues. Very constructive dialogue at the level of chief of security councils of two countries. Mr. Bolton visited Moscow. He had important meetings and discussions with Mr. Putin, Mr. Patrushev, Mr. Ushakov, Mr. Lavrov, and other officials. First of all, I would like to emphasize that it would be in the interest of the United States and Russian Federation to restore format 2+2. It's an excellent mechanism that could permit us to discuss all outstanding issues, to touch all international problems, and to create a base for expert consultations on various subjects. Of course, it will be very important to see our ministers of defense to sit together to discuss problems of potential cooperation. I know that today it is prohibited for armed forces of the United States to deal with the Russian Federation. In Syria, for example, we have just only a deconflicting mechanism. Again and again, I would like to say that we will not try to press on the United States to speed up the process of restoration of our relations. We understand atmosphere in Washington, and I hope that this toxic dust in air of Washington will disappear. It will create a positive atmosphere to cooperate between our great powers. You see that diplomats are trying to do their best to protect the national interest of their motherlands and to create a good atmosphere for other specialists in various areas such as energy, such as finance, counterterrorism, military, security, and etc. It's not up to us to solve all issues, but I would like to assure you that we will continue our efforts. So again, INF Treaty is dealing with the security of European countries and the Russian Federation. INF is not dealing with the security of the United States. And it's a great question why United States has decided to withdraw from this treaty. It's very easy to blame somebody who is violating, for example, this treaty. We consider that United States made a lot of mistakes, and United States are continuing to violate INF as it is now. United States has introduced some concerns regarding Russian missile 9M729. We invited military attaché to Ministry of Defense. We offered them to look at our missile. We provided a lot of technical explanations what missile is. But it's very strange that United States representatives decided not to participate in this event. Moreover, today what I hear from my colleagues you must destroy this missile, you must destroy launchers and all equipment regarding this missile. It's impossible to conduct such dialogue with the Russian Federation. It's not a policy, diplomatic policy. It's impossible to imagine that somebody is trying to impose such decisions on a permanent member of Security Council, at least. As to us, we are open to sit together, we are open to find solution with the United States. I consider that if United States decides to deploy such missiles in Europe, it will be a crisis of security for European countries. Of course, we will find solution, we will find answer. It seems to me that decision of the United States will not increase security of United States, neither United States nor Europe, neither Asian countries, if they decided to deploy missiles of these classes there, or other countries. As to START treaty, we have to wait for a while. As I understand the official position of the United States, they have not yet decided what to do with this treaty. I organized a lot of meetings with NGO and specialists in this sphere, and I would like to confirm that I haven't heard any message regarding a necessity to withdraw from this treaty. I just only received a lot of support regarding the necessity to extend this treaty in 2021.